Aloha, it's Matthew. I have got quite a bit for you today. Um, I painted my nails last night with the Hollow Taco Stay Grounded, and that's from their Down to Earth bundle, the fall collection here for this year. Um, and in the bottle, it looks a little bit more of a light tan, and then when it dries, it's just a little bit darker. I don't know if you can see that on camera. There's just the slightest bit. It gets just ever so slightly darker. Um, Below that Stay Grounded, of course, I used Orly Bonder Base, 2 coats of Stay Grounded, and then I finished with Orly Shining Armor. And so today I'm going to put an accent nail on my ring fingers. That's where I like to do it on myself if I'm just doing one nail. But I did put together a set of tips so that we can look at the designs I picked out. I wanted to do it on a more darker base and then on a more light base. My original plan was this to actually be even lighter, more of a tan, but this is going to work great. Um, okay, so I told you where this polish came from. These colors here are from the Orly Surrealist collection, and this was actually the first thing I bought from Orly. It's 6 colors here. The Persistent Memory, that is this deep dark burgundy, oxblood, mahogany color. And the Stop the Clock is this burnished copper one. It's a really, maybe burnished bronze. It's really deep, and when the light's not catching the shimmer, it just looks like a chocolate brown. And then that shimmer hits, and it's just so lustrous. It's beautiful. Elysian Fields, I think, is a great color. Metamorphosis is a pretty cool one. I tried it out for the first time, and then I smashed a nail when I was trying to put ice in my cup and took it all off, and I'm going to have to try that again. But here are those colors. Gray is my favorite color of all, so and shark skin gray in particular. And then get a nice bone white here. Oh, that's right. I swatched them out on a nail wheel. So here is, let me flip over this box so I can get the names. That's Persistent Memory. We're going to be working with that today. Stop the Clock. That's the accent nail for the nail tips. Elysian Fields looks more like baby throw up in the bottle. I don't. It's not very pretty in the bottle, but once it dries, it's a nice deep olive color, and I think it's great for fall. This is the Metamorphosis. It's this, I don't know, it's like frosty teal color, and then there's this shimmer in there that I hope that's catching. It's like this pinky, peachy shimmer, and the 2 colors play so well together. And then here is that French name that's the white. It's a little bit of an um, off-white, bone white. And then Dreamers Awake is that light gray right there. Um, Currently, as of the making of this video, I just went and looked. Orly has, if you go and look up the collections, this collection box is not available. You can buy each polish individually if you don't like the collection. But if you look under their old color pass boxes, or if you just look up Surrealist, and then when you see the options, pick the Surrealist color pass, it comes with 6 polishes that are all huge bottles. It comes with the Orly Genius Remover, an 8-ounce bottle of that. And then it also comes with the Orly Matte Top Coat for $30. I think that that is an insane deal. Even if you just got the box for $30, that's $5 a polish. And then you also get a remover and a matte top coat. That just blows my mind. Those prices are crazy. And that's actually the first thing I bought from them, was that it was a, because that's last fall's color pass, but it's still available. Okay, so that's where we got the bases on those. And then from Maniology, I ordered their Naturel collection, and it is a bunch of flesh tone, nude tone, tans and browns. And then aside from that, I have coconut, which is a nice um, off-white bone color, coconut color. And so the plan is to, I think I'm going to swatch out these with you guys real quick because I haven't swatched them on the lids yet. So we can do that. And then after that, I'm going to put designs on these nail tips. And then after that, I'm going to hit my nails, just 2 nails. So it might be a little bit of a longer video. Grab a drink. Like this video if you like my content so far. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Okay, let's get started. So for swatching those polishes, I'm going to grab a plate that has, I should have found this first. Let's use, oh God, life's full of tough choices in it. Okay. Let's use this one, Maniology M285, and I'm just going to grab like this blob, and we'll get those all swatched out. And then this one is the autumn-themed one that I plan to, autumn-themed plate that I plan to use for stamping all those. And then the idea is that the 2 accent nails on mine, I'm going to show you the same style that I did on those so that you can see it on a lighter base versus over a more rich, deep, dark base. So there's that. Let's get started. Okay. So in order to swatch these out, I'm going to need a card. I'm going to need a stamper. I'm going to need a couple cotton balls for cleanup. Okay. And then my little cotton grabber tool here. If you go to the Maniology site, they've got this little, see, it's like got a little grabber here. They have one that has a pineapple on it, and it's cuter. I got this one in a 2-pack off of Amazon for cheap, and it does the job. What the purpose it serves is that once you soak this cotton ball with acetone and you're cleaning your plates, you're not getting the acetone anywhere near your nails and possibly ruining your manicure. Okay, let me turn down the fan real quick. I don't want to be drying out the stamps before they get a chance to make it to nails. Okay, so let's just do this one here in the corner. I've decided, in previous videos I said that I like to use the brush stroke, this plate here, to do my swatches. And I think I'm going to continue to use that on all my single polishes that I buy. But when I get a collection like this, I think the way that I'm going to be able to distinguish that it's a collection is I'm going to choose some other random blob and do all of them in that same blob, which will help me later identify when I'm looking top down that all these go together. It's just because I'm particular. Okay, so let's start swatching. Okay. If you hear a sound that sounds like a little piggy, my Boston Terrier is sitting right outside on the back lanai there. He likes to sit in the sunlight. And he's a Boston Terrier, so he sounds like a little pig. And so we got the polish down. Let's scrape it off. Pick it up. Okay. Let's clean off this stuff that we don't want. And let's put that swatch right on top. I like to put it right on top of the words because that helps you. Ooh, yeah. It helps you identify whether there's any sheerness at all. So if you look at this, you can still read the word swatch me clearly. On this one, it's gone. Completely opaque. So this one is a lighter color. You know, it's gonna show up, but there will be some translucency to it, is what I'm saying. So if you're trying to cover something entirely on your stamp project, this obviously just wouldn't be the one to use for that. Okay, so let's clean the plate and repeat 5 times more. I have just 100% acetone here. I think this Onyx is probably my favorite brand. The 100% pure acetone. I did buy a new bottle of this from them that is, oh, it's right here. It's got a cool new cap that's got like a pump dispenser. It's pretty awesome, except I wasn't looking at the bottle and I bought the Salon Strength Moisturizing Formula. So it's terrible for cleaning plates, but turns out it's good for use on nails. It's gentler. So I've been using that to use against my actual nails when I'm cleaning those up versus my plates because it just doesn't clean the plate. I don't know. If you look a couple videos back, I sit and struggle for a few minutes trying to figure out what in the heck is going on with this new acetone. Okay. I thought I had everything that I wanted. I think one day I'll be able to sit down and have everything that I planned for my video actually here when I go to use it. So, okay, let's just put that right there for now. Okay, so we're clean. Oh, and that one is called Boba B330. That's the darkest one in the line. And then this one is Sequoia B299. So if you look at the numbers, this wasn't released as a collection originally, it seems. It seems like these were all from other releases, but they put them together. At least this is what it appears by the numbers. And that they put them together in a collection of nudes and naturals, right? Okay, so scrape it. Let's pick it up. We'll clean up this stuff off the edge. Okay. And stamp it on. Yeah. Oh yeah, that one's really opaque as well. Opaque, nice cream color. Okay, moving down the line. We have Cocoa next. Let me clean off my stamper here. Okay. And Cocoa is B351. Clean off the plate. Yeah, I really was looking forward to having that pump dispenser for this tool so I could just, easily, instead of like I did just now where I tip the whole bottle dangerously around and I'm sure one day it will slosh. But I saw that new dispenser cap, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick that up. And they had this style, the pure acetone maximum strength, right next to it. But I thought I would grab the lavender smelling one for fun, and well, I'll just have to go back and get a pump style of that, the plain kind. Okay, here we go. Cocoa B351. And so I'm thinking the idea for today is like an autumn style, all nudes, right? Or naturals, or um, what's that other word? Um, Natural, nude, neutrals. That's the word I was looking for. These are all gonna, this whole idea is going to be a nice neutral fall look, right? Tans, browns. These ones are a little bit more pinky brown, right? Um, let's go ahead. I think I can clean off my plate one more time with this cotton ball. Maybe two more times. Well, one more after this, I mean. So recently I was taking my nail polish off, and Kelly Marissa here on YouTube had shown this video one time where when she takes her polish off, she takes the cotton ball and actually like unrolls it. And I thought, oh, that's so silly. I mean, it's a cotton ball. What do they cost? 3 pennies each, right? But I found that when you unroll it and you're taking off your nails, you can get some polish remover, take this nail, and then you have so much more room to still work. So more polish remover, next nail, next nail. And I can get one hand off of one or two cotton balls. And it blew my mind. At first I thought she was just being like really stingy with cotton balls, and then I was like, oh, she's right. It's actually a great way to use them. So um here's to Kelly Marissa teaching us new things, right? Okay, next color up we have ballet flats. So yeah, this is much more of a pinky nudie natural color. Okay. That blob. Okay. Scrape it. Get up. Yeah. The last 2 nights have been actually relatively cool. And it's been fantastic. So when we start the morning, which it's morning time right now in Hawaii, the temperature isn't unreasonably hot. See, now this one does have a little bit of translucency to it. Still solid color. So if you stamped this on something, you're just going to get a little bit of whatever's underneath is going to influence this color. That's all. Again, ballet flats B231. Okay. But that's another reason, I mean, that's a good reason to utilize these swatch stickers that they put on top of the polishes, because then, well, A, when you're looking from top, if all your stuff is stored vertical, you can see what you're looking for, but B, it gives some clues as to what it's going to look like over a dark and what it's going to look like over a light polish. Okay, let's see if we can get one more cleaning out of this cotton ball. Oh yeah. Okay. Good to go there. All right. Okay, two more colors here. This one is Latte B331. And I think Okay, so we'll talk about the nail designs when we get to it. I don't want to jump ahead. Let's get these guys swatched out. Okay, scrape it, get up, get rid of the stuff we don't want. Ooh, that's fine. If it were going on my nail, I might redo it, but it's just going on the top of the bottle, so it's fine. Well, even with an abstract design like this, I might not redo it on my nail because it's abstract. No one's gonna say it's not right. Okay, so that one has just a wee bit of translucency as well. Okay. So I quit my job a month ago, my paying job. I went through some real big changes in my life 7+ years ago, back in July of 20, 2016, 2017. I can never remember the actual year. I remember it was in July though. And my life kind of fell apart, and I was making really poor choices, and I ended up moving back from San Antonio to Washington State, and my older brother helped me out by getting me a job that was just a little bit more there in the corner. It was doing these home inspections, right? They are home inspections for bank-owned properties. So I would go out to these houses that have gone through the foreclosure process, and I had a set of keys that would get me into all these different houses, and I would go inside, I would check, and I would make sure that they were not broken into, that the appliances were still there, that there were no roof leaks, that kind of thing, that they were not falling apart, right? Last color here is Skin Deep B325. And so that was when I moved back to Washington, right? And I did that for just a couple of months. And then Hurricane Harvey came through Texas, and they work asked me if I could go down to Texas and work for 3 weeks. I said, sure, you know. And so my folks watched my dog, Beauregard, the Boston Terrier out there. My folks watched my dog, and I went down to Texas. I was going to be there for 3 weeks, so I stayed with an old friend. There's that one. Stayed with an old friend, and while I was down there, Hurricane Irma came through Florida, and I don't know if you guys remember, but both of those were very destructive hurricanes. The one that came through Texas came through the Gulf Coast, and then it just sat on Texas and dumped rain for hours, to the point that in Dallas, they made the decision to break open a levee and flood a neighborhood, because if they didn't, the water was going to flood downtown Dallas. Difficult choice to make. I don't condone it one way or the other, but the choice was made, and this neighborhood got demolished. Right? This community. Let me get a new cotton ball. This community essentially got flooded on purpose, not on purpose. I mean, it was a choice that was made. I guess they considered it to be the lesser of two evils. I'm not going to comment on that. So anyway, what happened was the 3 weeks turned into 3 months of work. They wanted me to go to Florida next after the orders were done the houses were checked on in Texas. They were like, okay, we need you to go to Florida. And I said, okay, so I went to Florida, and it turned into a 3-month run when it was supposed to be 3 weeks. And lucky for me, my folks, my dog got along with their dog and their cats, and he was in a good place, and so I didn't have to worry about that. And so this was up through December of 2017, right? And it was like August, September, October. Maybe it was later than that. Maybe I went in September and then went through October, November, December. I think that's what it was. So nails, nail tips. So I have some designs. Okay, so this is the thumbnail. I'm gonna try and get a better set of nails. I ordered this set of a mix of sizes, and this one and this one are pretty good size, but then some of these are just dinky, right? I'm gonna try and use them up because I don't want to be wasteful, but I think I'm gonna try and find a set that's bigger just so that I can do bigger designs and it'll actually show up on camera better. That's in the future. So the design for this one, I want to use this bear tree. Can you see? Yeah, it's in focus. This bear tree, there's no leaves on it, right? Um, but I want to do a double stamping, right? So I want to do like a darker stamp down first, and then, excuse me, and then I want to do a lighter stamp just offset from it so that the dark one gives it a shadow. I learned that from doing stamping in like paper crafts and card making. So let's see if the technique works here. Okay, so I'm in Florida. I'm working. It's December and it's hot, because it's Florida. And the work wraps up, and I ended up going back to Washington State, and my boss had dropped me off at the airport, and I left my car at his house. And so he picks me up from the airport to take me back to my car, and he offered me a job to come out here to Hawaii and do the same thing, checking on these bank-owned properties. And I thought, well, I had moved back from like 81 degrees in Florida to 30 something degrees in Washington, and I just could not get warm. So I thought moving to a tropical climate was exactly what I wanted. And B, I don't remember what B was. Um, and B, they wanted me to move out here super quick. When I agreed to it, they were like, "Okay, that's cool. We want you out there. Can you get out there in the next couple weeks?" So the offer was made to me like right around Christmas time in 2017, and I packed up my stuff. I got a flight, and I moved to Hawaii by January 12th of 2018. It was really quick, right? So much so that I didn't even know that there's this thing that when you move to Hawaii with a dog or a cat, they have to go through this rabies quarantine because there's no rabies out here on the island. On the islands, the whole state has no rabies, right? Here we go, guys. And oh yeah, okay. Oh wow. Okay, this is turning out. This is what I was looking for. Oh, I didn't want that to fold back. I wanted it to fold under, but it's just a nail tip. No one's gonna know. I mean, you could stop there and just have this nice muted. Oh, can you see that? Oh, okay, good. There it is. It's a very muted design, right? And if you wanted to do that, you could just stop and have it be subtle. But I want to take this one, this one, this one, and do it over top. Okay, so I'm getting ready to move out here, and my friend Penny says, well, what are you going to do with your dog? And I was like, of course he's coming with me. And she said, well, no, they've got this quarantine thing. And so I found out that you have to jump through all these hoops, and you have to go get him taken to your vet, and it's a 5-month process, because they want to make sure that you're not going to bring rabies to the island. It's reasonable. I just didn't know it existed, right? So again, my folks watched my dog for 5 months while he was going through that rabies quarantine process, and I'm just so grateful that that could happen. And so come May of 2018, I bought my parents tickets to come out and visit. So we can get some more polish remover on there. I bought them tickets to come out and visit and bring my dog, right? The tickets to come out and visit were kind of a thank you for not only the 5 months of when I went to Hawaii, but also the 3 months prior when I had been down in Texas and Florida. My dog lived with them for basically a year. So they came over, and if you don't know, May of 2018, when they came over, was when Kilauea erupted really big time, down in the Leilani Estates neighborhood. Like it was a wicked eruption, and a lot of homes were lost, a lot of devastation. It was pretty wild, but basically it cut off that corner of the island here, Lower Puna, where I live currently. And all of the places that I knew to take my parents in Puna that I had explored in the 5 months that I'd been here were now off limits. I couldn't take them to any of the events or things. I mean, there was lava going on, so it's probably a good idea, but it was kind of a weird visit, right? I mean, great because I got to see my parents, got to get my dog here, but kind of weird because it just everything that I had planned to take them and show them, the Kahena Beach, the Kapoho tide pools, Uncle Robert's Market, none of it. Couldn't go to any of it, right? Where's that nail tip? Okay, see if I can get this lined up. So the idea is I want to go just ever so slightly. Oh, ever so slightly off. Well, I went more off than I meant to at the bottom. Now it just kind of looks like a bunch of tangles of trees. Let's see what it looks like when I take the stamper away. Hey, you know what? It doesn't look bad. Kind of looks more like there's like a forest of trees, right? And that was kind of the idea. I wanted the shadow of the darker color in the background. And it's very subtle. And then the lighter color in the foreground. I'd say that's a success. I got a little weird over here on the side, but if it was your nails, you could either redo it or use a detail brush to draw in those lines that didn't quite make it, or say, oh, look at my nails, and just show them the angle that looks the best. Right? No one's going to be getting that close. And also, if they don't know what your plan was, nobody's going to tell you it went wrong. I think that looks pretty cool. Okay. So my folks came and visited, and I did that job here for the past almost 6 years. When I very first moved here, I was like, I think I could probably do it for 5 more years. That was what my plan and my goals were. And this January, which this January marked the 5-year mark, it just like I was really done with this job. I live on the Big Island, the island of Hawaii, and it's a big island, you know? So when I do my job, I can drive around the island to go to all these houses, and a day driving around the island can be like 13 hours. And that just becomes taxing after a while. Essentially, I was taking a road trip twice a week, every week, you know? So, anyway, I have had ideas of what I want to do, and I opened up my Ohia Queen Designs bag making business, and I've been selling at the market. Actually made it to the market for the first time last week, and it was successful. Um, and it's really thrilling in both a terrifying and exciting way to start a new life and try and venture out and do new things. Leaf border, solid, and then outline. Oh, okay. So this nail I want to use, see this leaf border? So you could do that if you wanted. You could do it like across all of your nails and make like a theme to where they're all working together. But my idea for that border is going to be to do a solid. So these ones here that are more open on the plate are going to show up solid when you fill them with polish, right? So I'm going to do maybe this set right here, these solids. And then I want to come back in a different color and do the more outline. I like this outline over here, but it doesn't have a solid on that side. I wish this outline was just whoop, right in the middle there. But, you know, wish in one hand. Okay, so this one we're gonna go with a darker color in the background. Right, so I'm gonna pick, well, since I like this outline design, I'm gonna pick the solid one. It's maple leaf, which that's one thing I do miss about Washington State was that come autumn, when I think they're called Liberty Torch maples, the ones that turn just brilliant, dazzling red, I miss that. There was this, the middle school that was down the street from where I lived had just row after row after row of those trees. And so come fall, they would just burst into color. And those particular maples, when that color change happens, it's for a couple weeks and then it's done. It's a really quick changer. All right, cool. We got some solids there in the background. Let's get a focus. Okay, I think it's in focus. It's just that it's a very subtle design. Make sure you can see that. Okay, so that's at the base of the nail. And there's that. Okay. And then I want to do the outline one next in a lighter color. So let's try this. Let's try the coconut. It'll be a stark difference. Uh-huh. So yeah, I'm starting this new adventure in life with my bag making business. If you want to find me on Instagram, my handle is at Ohia Queen Designs. Just like this channel's at Ohia Queen, but it's Ohia Queen Designs on Instagram. And I promise at some point I'll start updating it more regularly. Just this transition between a new job and new job and a new adventure in life. Just like I've been really, really, really busy. Okay. Because oh yeah, I don't know if the background is really picking up on camera, but it's there. And like so, it just adds to the depth of the look, which was the idea with that one. And this idea is to put a darker in the background and then a lighter in the front, and you just get more out of the depth of the stamp, right? So yeah, my mom is panicking a little bit. She doesn't understand how someone could just give up a paying job and go do something that's not sure to pay. And I'm spending a lot of money to source the fabric, and I bought an industrial sewing machine. Well, I'll be completely transparent. At the beginning of the pandemic, when I thought I wasn't going to be able to do this job anymore because I thought I wouldn't be able to go to house and like be out, and my dad helped me buy an industrial sewing machine, which was like $1,700, but it's worth it. So anyway, I'm cranking out these bags, taking them to market, and my partner has a great job. I think I told you guys he's a regional manager at a credit union. So, if all else fails, he'll be able to help me until I figure out what I'm doing next. But I also thought I would share my passion for nail stuff on YouTube here. And so I'm kind of putting my fingers in different pies, if you will. Okay, so this leaf outline, bottom row, second from the left, this one here is what we're going to put on the middle fingernail. And I realize this one is smaller than the ring finger nail, which is usually not how it goes. But I wanted this one to be big since it's the accent nail. I wanted you guys to see more on it. So on this one, we're doing the outline there. And let's do it in this one here, latte. I'm just going to do a little scrape right here. My that pile of polish is starting to get a little thick. Okay, so this outline design, I figure if I do it in this light color on this deep dark burgundy base, it'll be easier to see on camera, at least to see the design. And then you could do it however you want it, like on that first nail, how we did the dark color first and it looked really subtle. If you wanted to go something that's more, like maybe you're going to an elegant Thanksgiving dinner coming up, right? You could do these deep dark burgundy nails and then do a subtle design. And oh yeah, that's a great pickup. Okay, get that nail. Okay, and so these nail tips are just a wee bit small. Or no, perfect. It's perfect is what it is. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, I wasn't expecting it to look that good. You guys, look at that design. Even if you did, just all solid colored nails and did this one accent nail, and that's just a cream polish on a cream polish. There's no sparkles involved here, which, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of toppers and glitters and holographic and all that stuff, but sometimes just a subtle cream does the trick. Okay, here we are. We're at the accent nail. I want to do this bottom design here, and it's going to have... Yep. All right. I'm pulling in... Am I gonna... I had thought that maybe I would do this one for the leaves because it gives like this goldish greenish. I know it looks really green in the bottle, and if you do reverse stamping, it shows up more green. But if you do a thin layer, regular stamping, it shows up more gold, yellow, green. I think I'm going to give it a whirl because this one's going to be our fanciest nail If you've never stamped nails before, or, you know, if you're thinking, I would never do a design on all of my nails, that's too much effort, it's too busy, it's fine. Just pick one nail and do an accent nail, which is what I'm going to do when we get to my actual real fingers. I'm just doing every single one of these so you can get different design ideas, right? Okay, so let's clean up the plate. Make sure none of that one that was next to it is in here. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's a really deep etched design. So the look that we're going to get from this one, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that there was no polish still left in those gaps. The look, okay, that's all dry. This is going to give us, even though it's got those little outline details, it's going to give us a really good amount of color coverage. Okay, let's clean up this stamper head. Okay. This, oh, and this polish came in this current month's Mani by Me kit. It is early access release for the kit subscribers. It's Artichoke B499. It's an early release polish for the kit subscribers, but it should come to the website if this is a polish you're interested in getting. I guess once October's done, because it's the current kit for October. So I guess once October's done, they'll release it on the website. Okay. Oh no, you guys. I'm hoping. Let's hope that this works. Okay. When it comes to it. Okay, there's the name. Okay. My thing that I realized when I said, oh no, you guys, is that I grabbed a. Yeah. Look at the size of that tip. This design is not going to work on that tip. But let's try it over here. Yeah, it'll work on this one. Wish me luck, it'll still stamp. That color, you guys. Oh my goodness, when I used it, when I opened up the October kit, no, I used it on a Halloween/autumn nail design kit, a video I made it just a couple days ago. It's the one with all the orange nails. And I used this plate, this design, this polish on this nail, and this color on orange was stellar. And you'd think this green on orange is so weird, but it gives this golden green hue when it's stamped out. Let me see if you guys can actually see what I'm shaking around in front of you. This golden green hue, right? And it's a great fall color to have that duochrome finish on. Yeah, okay. Glad you guys got to see that, because I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't going to fit on that big nail. But I wrote down a plan B for that accent nail. Okay, clean stamper. Clean stamper. Oh no. Oh no. I pressed too hard and it looks like I took a couple bites out of my stamper. Oh, I bet that these I bet that these little scratchy tips that I didn't file down this time, they tore my stamper, guys. It's okay. I'm sure it'll still work. I'll just have to be aware of those 2 points right there, and order myself a new one, and then this one I can start using on glitters and powders. If you're not familiar, you can use glitters and powders and flakies on these stampers, but they will dull it, so they recommend using an older, well-loved stamper. And oh no, you guys, the monocle was my favorite. I have an ice cube stamper, and I have the ice cube stamper that came with this bundle that I bought, the Shell Yeah bundle. So I have like 3 more stampers I can get at. It's not the end of the world, but they're all the ice cube shape, and this monocle shape is my favorite. But now I know. Oh, that's disappointing. Now I know that I'm not going to do it again, you guys. I'm not going to tear another hole. Now I know that those little edges need to get filed down. I did that on the first set of tips I worked with, and then I thought when I painted these ones, I was like, oh, it's no big deal. It's just a little chunk. No one's going to notice. But it is a big deal. It ruined my stamper. Well, ruined is a strong word. The stamper's still useful. It's just not pristine. Okay, moving on. Last nail tip. I thought I would do one of these gradients, because there's this this one here has like a bare branch that's dropping leaves, and then there's this one that's just a dropping leaf gradient, and I think this is the one that I want. Okay, so let's do that, and then we'll do these last 2 nails, and then we'll wrap it up, you guys. Okay, so for these falling leaves, on this nail, I'm going to use a tanny brownie this color. Excuse me. Okay. Let's get these ones here at the tip. Lay down plenty of polish. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Just got a little something in my throat. Scrape it. Pick it up. All right, that's cute. And then I'm going to gradient from the base out like this, right? And then what you can do is anything that is still on your scraper, you can use to get that end of the tip. Oh yeah, that's super cute. Let's see if I've got one more I can get to stick right there. Stick? Yeah, it's stuck. All right. Okay, that's super fun. And so there's that underlying luster of the persistent memory. I think I said this one was, or stop the clock. That's persistent memory, and this one stop the clock, I think. But there's this like, at one angle it just looks like a chocolate brown, but then when the light hits it, there's this really deep colored bronzy copper shimmer in there. It's really pretty. And these gradients, which I know it's not a gradient of color, there's a more dense amount of leaves that go into less and less and less is the idea, that kind of a gradient. I've been finding I like them more and more and more, you guys. Oh yeah, that one turned out great. Okay, so there we go. There's 5 different fall designs you can use, and that's with a more of a darker base. Personally, I tend to like lighter and mid-tone polishes on myself. I've been dabbling into darker ones, And I don't know that my boyfriend likes it. So, I mean, it's not about him, but also I don't want him to. Yeah. He didn't say he didn't like it, so let's just be clear about that. But when I showed it to him, he said, "Oh, that's dark." That was the reply. So I'm thinking, I don't even remember what it was. I think it might have been like a really dark gray shimmer or something. Really, it was really dark. But whatever it was an Orly polish, and it didn't stain my nails at all. I was super excited about that. Oh, so if you're going to be doing these on your fingers, or if these tips you are actually going to stick to your nails, smudge-free top coat is a must. B382. This is an oil-based. I'm not going to waste it on these tips because they're not going to go anywhere. They're not getting put on my fingers. But the smudge-free top coat, I'll put it on my fingers when we get to it. All these thin line designs, if you were to put a regular standard top coat, like your Shining Armor or any kind of top coat, matte top coat, you would smear those lines and or you would smudge them, and it's no fun to go through all that work and then ruin your design on the very last step, right? So smudge-free top coat is a must if you're stamping. And then you can put any top coat on from there. So you put a layer of the smudge-free on, and then if you want it to be glossy and quick dry, here you go. If you want it to be matte, if you want it to be, if you want to add like a topper, this Fallen Flake topper, you guys, this came with the Down to Earth bundle. And I was trying to decide whether I wanted to do just it by itself as an accent nail, or the thought that I had for my nail was to put the bare tree on, right? The tree that's dropped all of its leaves, and then to take this and just ever so, well, smudge-free top coat first, obviously, and then just kind of dot on. I don't know how to, I don't know if going from this brush I'll be able to do that or not. I just want the lightest layer. Maybe if I take off a ton of the polish and then just we'll see. Let's give it a try. That's my idea for this finger. Because then these Fallen Flake taco, the idea is that it would look like shimmery fallen leaves. So let's give it a whirl, you guys. Okay, so we're going for the bare tree. And I want it in the darkest chocolate brown one I have. Or do I want it in a light? You know what? I think I'm going to do it like a birch tree. Birch trees are this color, kinda. I'm going to put... I miss some of the Pacific Northwest trees, I'll be honest. Hawaii is lovely. I love the weather. I love the people. I love my friends I've made here. I love the beaches. So much to love here. But I surely do miss the deciduous and the firs and the Cascade Mountain Range. My dog Beauregard and I used to go hiking, backpacking up in Goats Rock Wilderness, or is it Goat Rocks? It's been a while since I've been. And we would just have the best times. Okay. Get this design. You know what, you guys? I didn't put on any liquid latex, but I am just gonna, well, let's get rid of this excess stuff on the sides. I don't need to fight with any more cleanup than is necessary. Had I not been chit-chatting so much, I would have put some latex barrier on my nail. Okay. These thin line ones sometimes you can just, this is what I was hoping for. Yeah, you can just get them off with tape because they're mostly dry by the time you get the stamper to your skin. Yeah, that turned out like a quick, easy save. All right, you guys, let's see if we can tap that down. Okay, well, nope, I tapped it right off. Perfect. And yeah, that reads tree, right? My nail's not quite as big as that tip, but I think that that reads tree. And so, like I was saying, you don't want to smudge that design, right? So let's put on some smudge-free top coat. Just real quick, let's get that stuff off the stamper. Okay. Smudge-free top coat. Okay. And then I've been finding that I really like to use that matte top coat specifically for nail art because it like when you get rid of the gloss or the glare, you can see the design much better. But I also want to try and see what they look like glossy because I like myself a set of glossy nails, and this Hollow Taco formula levels out. It's self-leveling so well. And then when I put this shining armor on top, just, I mean, look at the shine on those, right? This one has somehow I got a fingerprint in it, so I think I'm going to try and hit it with a new coat of shining armor and see if I can make that smudge go away. But again, nobody's going to be getting that close. Okay, last nail, you guys. Oh, we're going to put that on once this has a second to dry. But the last nail design, I wanted to try this one again. I just am really fond of this look of, is it in focus? Yeah. This look of half solid and half outline design there. I'm just like, that's a winner for me. There's something about it, like, especially like, look at that leaf right there, how it's just like basic outlines. You can tell it's a leaf. And then the oak next to it, right? But then there's an oak with it's outlines, right? Oak down here, maple, it's just it's a really cool design in my opinion. Okay. That's the design that I used on this nail when I did the orange nails a couple days back. What do I need? I need some acetone. Let's clean this plate up here. Okay. And I'll come back and I'll clean up all that other stuff later. When I'm doing a design for myself, if I'm doing 10 different nails, I try and pick different designs so that I don't have to keep cleaning my plate in the middle of the whole thing, but I mean, it's kind of part of it. It's not like it's that huge of a deal. And with that little grabber thing, your Manny's safe. Okay, so we're doing this design, and I want to stick with this color palette. So I think I'm going to do it in the tan that I didn't do this one in, because when I realized when I put on that coconut, um, since it's semi-translucent, just ever so slightly sheer, I figured that the tan would, the stay grounded underneath would have an effect on the color. And I was right. It's not totally bone white there, right? Okay. So this design, this ring finger. Okay, again, I was chatting. I probably should have put this liquid latex on while this one was drying, but here we go. We're almost done, you guys. I'm just going to hit the side like that. A little bit around the front edge there. Okay. Hope you're seeing that. Am I totally off? No. Okay, I'm on screen. I have this knack for pulling my stuff up to see myself, pulling my the fingers or whatever I'm working with, pulling it up close so I can see it. And then I realize that you guys can't see it. So here we go. And just so you know, the way that I'm doing this is my elbow is anchored against the desk, and then I'm using this hand anchored against my hand to get a smooth stroke. So, all right. I think what I'm going to try and do real quick, I got a really good gap across the top here when I was painting this nail, but you kind of want to, yeah, right there. You want to see if you can get your liquid latex into that gap. Otherwise, your stamped design will show up on your bare nail in that gap, which isn't the end of the world, you know, but if you don't want that, then just make sure that your liquid latex goes right into the gap between your polish and your cuticle. So we're already dry over here. That'll be dry momentarily. And while that's drying, let's go ahead and see if we can I don't want to ruin this look. I think everything's been going really good so far, aside from tearing my stamper head. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and take most of the polish off of this and see if I can just go with the lightest hand with just a few. Flip this brush over. I don't want to get tacky. Let's try this again. But yeah, you guys, there it is. Okay. I don't know if that translated to what my mind was thinking it would look like. This fallen flake top coat is just out of this world. It is so beautiful. But I don't know if that really translated to leaves on the tree or whether it just looks like I've just got caca shiny stuff in the way. Let's go with a full coat and see what happens. That might be what I was actually wanting. I think it worked out better in my mind than in execution. It's not terrible. It's not what I envisioned it looking like. I suppose I could have practiced it. Okay, this nail's done, or just about dry. So let's get this last design done. And I said we're going to do it in this tan, so it's going to be tan on tan. I take it back. Let's do a little bit darker brown. Darker brown. I'm sticking with the brown. I kind of wanted everything to be brown except for maybe adding that fallen flake taco. I kind of wanted to go for a nice neutrals look was the idea of today's design. I'm going to stick with it. Okay. And that one is Cocoa B351. Okay, let's scrape it and pick it up. Yeah, that's a nice good pickup. Let's see if we can get rid of that and that. I guess not going to get rid of that one. Okay, so here we go. Oh, wrong nail. That would have been disastrous. Okay, so all right. Let me grab some tweezers and get this off. Get this off so you can get an actual better look at what's happening there. Oop. Get rid of that. Uh-huh. I don't know if you saw what just happened, but the tiniest little outline came up with that. It's probably off screen. There was the tiniest little bit of this outline of this leaf that I got off with tweezers. Okay. I think that looks pretty cool. Very fall. Brown on tan. You see it? Trying to, oh, okay, there we go. In between the glare of the lights. Here, let me see if I can you see it better? With just the one light on? I mean, I guess there's also the window in front of me. There's a lot of light going on here. Okay, let's turn that back on. Okay. All right, you guys. We are so close to being finished here. Like I said with the stamping, though, if you want to make all your effort stay put, smudge-free top coat. So let's put that on this nail here. Okay. All right, and then off camera, I think I'm going to put one more coat of Orly Shining Armor once that's dry and try and fix that and see what happens with that when I add. You know what? While we're here, might as well do it. I'm just going to put this final top coat on because that, even though that's a Fallen Flake top coat, it's not an actual like seal it in top coat. So let's put this Orly Shining Armor on and see what happens. Okay. Might as well just hit my thumb while I'm here. I think I just picked up a dog hair. Just kind of par for the course in my house. Okay. And then I'm going to hit this smudge free and hope that it's had enough time to dry. All right, you guys. Go check out that Surrealist Color Pass package if you want. You can get the 6 polishes, the Orly Genius Remover, and matte top coat for $30 right now. That's a steal of a deal. It's last year's colors, but nobody's going to know that but us. You got these nail tips here, and those are all done in Maniology. Well, the base is the Surrealist. all the stamping is Maniology stamping polishes. And then you'd use your smudge-free top coat if those were on your actual fingers, or if they were tips you were gonna wear. So we got this one here, and I'm sticking with the high gloss shine, but I bet that would look stellar with a matte top coat. I just want to give a mix though, because I like glossy, and I'm sure there are other people that like glossy. I think we've recovered over here. We're back to glossy. That's cool. And then let's see what this looks like. I think that the leaves kind of took over the tree design, so I don't know if it actually reads fall leaves falling off of the tree, fallen flakes. But in my mind, that's what it was supposed to be. I hope that gives you guys some ideas. Again, if you like my video, like it, subscribe, comment about something. That way other people will be able to see my video as the algorithm pushes it out. Thanks. Bye.